Alright, can everyone hear me? Type 1 if the audio is working. Good! Let us look at this game. Students often ask me, Teacher Liu, when we review a game, do we really need to explain every move? Actually, no. The ideal review depends on the player's level. If I were seriously training a student, or your teacher were taking you as an apprentice, then of course we would review games. What does the ideal review look like? For this advanced class, especially students around 1070 and above, the best method is this. First, the teacher does not look at the game record yet. You pick one game yourself, then write down which parts you think were good and which parts you think were bad. Send that written summary to me. After I read it, I can write comments or send back the variations in text form. Face-to-face is fine, but if face-to-face only means grabbing stones and replaying the game, that is not the ideal review. For strong players, the teacher also has to think deeply, and more importantly, I need to see what kind of go is inside your head. For example, in this position, the idea may look very simple. After this shape, you must repair the cut. If the student misses that and does not feel how big it is, then I know where his real weakness is. Maybe he talks about a Hoseki mistake earlier, or says the opening was bad, but the most critical point was actually missed right here. So, my recommended review method takes time. You look first, you write first, then the teacher reads it and writes feedback. But this is the fastest way to improve. Now let us look at the actual game. This student wrote a review, but I could barely tell what he wrote. At the end, he basically said, "Why am I this strong and still not winning?" If he said that to my face, I would probably throw the notebook back at his head. If you are not winning, then of course your go has problems. This shape had to be fixed. First question, white played elsewhere and black cut through. This is a mid-game fight in the upper half of the board. The student was stunned by the cut. With one sharp cut, white's thickness turned into two isolated weak groups. Making a mistake is not the end. Playing a bad move is not the end. The key is what you do after the bad move. How do you repair the damage? Now look at this position again. After white is cut, what should white do? This is the proverb, mutually destructive factors. Many students have a habit. Snap, give Atari fast, then try to run. That is terrible, because once you Atari from one side, the opponent can strike out from here, and your whole shape becomes ugly. The students who found the jump passed the first test. Bang! One jump. That is the good move. The 7 stones can be sacrificed. The key is how black captures them. If black captures badly, white can throw them away. But first, white must stay stable. In a problem, this looks easy. But in a real game, many players panic and play a rush Atari just to feel they are doing something. Another student played here. But that has a problem. Black has a peep at the square shape. A student asks, "Can I give Atari first, then jump? You mean this Atari, then this jump?" Let me give you a simple reason. Suppose white jumps. Black extends here. Now tell me, can white hang? Of course not. Why would white hang from behind? Black just presses along, presses again, and then cuts. That shape is ugly. That is a bad result. This is the textbook meaning of mutually destructive atras. Many students got the first question right. This is the shape where you do not play either Atari. Now the second test. As the game continues, black cuts, white jumps, and white refuses to Atari. But what should black do next? Black should peep at this square shape. That peep forces white to give Atari. If white is forced to Atari, black pushes through once more, and suddenly white's shape is uncomfortable. After black extends here, white played here. To be honest, this move was not very good. This is why high-level Go is hard. Once you reach a certain level, you often feel that one move cannot be wrong. At a certain level, one careless move changes the whole flow. Black wanted to press first, then peep later. But white remembered in time, jumped at the square shape, and repaired the weakness. Black captured 7 stones, but later you can see, that capture was not really profitable. The first test was simple. After the cut, find the jump. The second test is more subtle. This peep by black is a super bad move. Why? Because the key problem is gote. If the next move only gives a tare, and white no longer needs those two stones, then it is not sente. White is happy. Black played a peep in gote. As the teacher, I can only smile. Nice, kid, very clever. In the game, white attached an hand, black peeped, and now white rolled up the sleeves. All right, let us fight. Now the next problem appears. How should white continue? First, let us see the actual game. White attached an hand, then black peeped. White happily gave a series of ataris, crawled along, and finally flew out. How is this result? Before judging, remember one thing. In this area, white was the side who moved first. Can white be satisfied with this result? Many students feel white is not satisfied. But when I ask why, they cannot explain it clearly. They just feel something is wrong. One student says black can push at Q10, cut and kill white. Really? Why is white suddenly collapsing here? Tell me exactly where white is ruined. If black jumps, white attaches. White has life here. And the outside is white enough. If black pushes and extends, then yes, it may look scary, but it is not automatically good for black. A student says black looks better because white's eye space has improved too much. Originally, black might have reduced white's eye space, but after this sequence, it feels like black helped white's eye space become rich. Exactly. Giving Atari feels good. Bang, bang, bang. Very satisfying. But you may have actually helped black live. If white plays the tiger's mouth and black connects, white should extend in. At least, black is still not alive. That phrase matters. At least. Another student's game had almost the same sequence. This only works when the opponent tnukis. If the opponent 10 yukis, you punish it immediately. Counterattack, counterattack, connect, and then black is forced to Atari. White takes a corner, black blocks from the outside, and white presses through. The move at black 10 is worth discussing. Should black really play it now? Maybe black should leave this move as a reserve option. If black presses twice, then later, when black hands at the head, that hand is good and a profit is not large. Now, judge the position. Would you rather play black or white? Think about it. A is black. B is white. If you think either side is fine, I suddenly think of the old story of the spear and the shield. Black is the spear, white is the shield. Can the spear actually kill the shield? If you prefer black, raise your hand and explain why. You choose black because you like attacking. Fair enough. But I have one sentence for you. In your go, winning or losing seems secondary. The important thing is attacking until it feels good. If you like black, then I have to ask, how exactly are you going to attack white? At this point, it is no longer just an attack. You have to kill. Look at black's loss here. White has already taken a huge amount. Black must at least capture white completely before black can even hope to compensate for that loss. Even if black captures everything, it may still not be enough. Black gets the right side. White gets the bottom. We must trace how this trade happened. If black captures here, white can press here, forcing black to capture white on the right. First key point. Black cannot cleanly capture the right side. If black insists, white can simply sacrifice. Go ahead, take it all. Even if black captures 40 points, look at how much white has built elsewhere. This is the classic case. Even if you capture every stone, the compensation is still not enough. Someone asks, can black still damage white's huge framework? Where can black damage it? White has 3 different points. The 3-2-3 invasion, the peep here, and the invasion on this side. Can black play all 3? Only if black has a secret technique to play 3 moves in a row. If black breaks one side, the other 2 become real territory. The key is that black cannot swallow white on the right white can leave. So this line is only good for one thing. Black gets to play happily. As for winning, that is another story. Now the third question. How should white handle this area? This game shows how to review. Write your own thoughts first. Then let the teacher explain the 3 key turning points. That is already enough. So, in this area, how should white play? White played here, and this move has a serious problem. It makes white passive. This is one route of the loss. White flew, black attached and hand. White attired and connected. And in the end, white handed over the corner points. Some students still want to fight. Move aside. I am going to kill it. Can you really kill me? I stand, you block, and I jump up. This is dangerous. If we raid a little deeper, white may still find a way to jump out. Then the game becomes a pure gamble. If you kill white, you win. If not, resign. That is too risky. Yes, it looks as if white might die. But that is gambling the whole game. When reviewing this game, I would tell the student, before judging the move, first look at the surrounding stones. What was the purpose of this move? The student says, to seal white in. Usually, play outside has 2 ideas. Neutralize the opponent's outside influence, or build territory. But here, black has nothing strong outside, so sealing is not meaningful. Can black make territory outside? No. That second idea also fails. There is a third idea. If your own stones are thin, play outside to connect and survive. But white outside is not weak, so this flying move has no clear strategic purpose. This is how white lost the game without even knowing why. Students often feel their moves look normal, as if they have seen the shape before. Smoke, approach, low to space pincer, the opponent to Nugis. Then you cap directly. That shape exists, right? This is one way students lose. They feel every move looks reasonable, but they have no idea which move actually lost the game. White's fly move is the losing move. After black attaches and hence, black can settle. Black stands, makes a tiger's mouth, flies, blocks, pushes, then captures. A student says, "Teacher, you are not alive?" Then I ask, "Do you dare to capture me?" In the game, white flew outside. Then black hand on the first line. White had already lost. Is Go scary? Yes, it is hard. But if you learn to judge, it becomes interesting instead. Now is your move. Many students chose the shop hat move, and I like it. If black simply extends, white can make this position easy. White takes the corner, runs out, and also threatens to capture those two stones. Even if black's two stones escape, they are running along white's wall and only make dim. White can play the simplest way. Jump, jump, and jump back. Then, black's shape becomes awful, and the stones lose their efficiency. So, black cannot extend. If black plays the sharp move, white jumps. If black flies, white attaches. Look at the direction of play. White is always outside. Black is always inside. I explained only 3 points in this game. There are many more details, but these are enough. First, after the cut, do not panic. The answer is jump. The student says, "I will remember forever." I say, do not say forever. Second, when black made the gote peep, the student got excited and wanted to kill. But after all that fighting, he did not really gain much and flew away. In review, I ask, if you could play this area again, What would you choose? That is the point of review. When this kind of position appears again, you already know what kind of choice you should prepare. Go is hard because there are so many playable moves. Modern games are often decided by small gains. The essence of this game is, whether to use the sharp head move or the flying cap depends entirely on the outside position. Is go hard? I do not think so. Once you reach ECHN, ED, it will feel easier. Next time you ask a teacher to review, use this method. Now let us rest for 3 minutes.